Why are they considered grandiose?
Well, Clematis itself is considered the queen of the vines because they have gorgeous flowers, they're bright, they're vibrant, and as a vine, they're very elegant. But I like to call this collection the queen of the queens because we created this collection with the help of the world's very best clematis breeder. He comes from Poland, he lives in Poland. He has spent his entire life breeding clematis. That's all he does all day long. He came to our gardens in Indiana and he looked at our soils, looked at the climates, and he told us these two varieties would be the very best clematis to offer on QVC because both of you're getting 4 plants, 2 of each. Both varieties have enormous 6-inch wide flowers that are double petaled. Right. So no one has ever even heard of a clematis that has double the petals. These have double the petals, and these will be blooming from May to August each year.
And here's the other thing too. I just want to mention this is $32.34. You're going to get 2 pink, 2 purple, and it's the final quantities of the season. Yeah. And you know, over and over, when I think about Roberta's, first started on QVC this year anyway, on January 17th. Yep. I mean, you've been here for years and years, but January 17th, today is March 29th. They only have a handful of shows left.
Yeah, we're only here about a month or so longer.
And these are almost gone. So if you want these, you want to make sure you get them. It's the first day back this year. So let's go back to like the problem with clematis versus the answers, the solutions in this one.
Yeah, so let me just mention, this is our last clematis collection of the year.
Okay.
So if you love the clematis, this is the collection that you need to have. Now, many people have tried to grow clematis in the past, and there's a few problems that they face. First of all, you go to your garden centers, they are extremely expensive. So you don't even know, and oftentimes you come home and you don't even know what you're gonna get. Secondly, they will often grow 20, 30, 40 feet, and the problem of pruning becomes a real issue. How much do I prune? Do I prune half of it? Do I prune a third of it back? This clematis, you never need to prune. Also, most clematis that you get at the garden centers only produce a few scant flowers at the top of the vine. Our clematis will produce flowers from the top to the bottom.
Wow.
Other clematis blooms maybe 5 to 6 weeks. Ours are going to be blooming for 3 to 4 months. And you can see these produce flowers at the bottom all the way to the top.
Right.
Now, a lot of times people are, do I have to go get some fancy thing for them to climb?
Yeah.
All these kinds of things. You can do anything you want with these clematis. You can plant them next to your mailbox, a fence, if you have a pergola, or my Uncle Eric, he was saying what he did at home, he took an old rake, put it upside down, kind of just put it into the ground and let his clematis grow up it. And they couldn't be, sometimes people are, a little scared of clematis. How do I do it? How do I train it? And I'm telling you, these could not be easier. This clematis, it's so foolproof. All you have to do, let's just imagine we wanted to climb up this gorgeous pergola.
Okay.
All you do, you plant it about a foot away from whatever you want to climb it. And then slowly it starts to make its way towards it. You go out once a week, once every 2 weeks, and you kind of just nudge it up there, nudge it up there. And at the end of the season, this plant is going to grow about 8 to 10 feet tall.
Wow, and that's on the first season.
The first season, but it's going to max out at about 8 to 10 feet. So you never have to prune these clematis.
And because we're getting 2 pink and 2 purple, would you suggest, like, let's say I was going to do it around a pergola, would I put 1 pink, 1 purple here, and 1 pink, 1 purple over there?
I think that's a great look. They look so beautiful together. And these plants will produce double flowered clematis flowers, meaning they're thick, full-bodied, fluffy flowers that are 6 inches across. You know, if you try to find double-flowered clematis anywhere else online, the flowers are going to be about the size of a nickel or of a quarter. These are huge, 6-inch flowers. You see that?
Wow.
And they're covered from May to August.
More than 1,000 of these already ordered. Remember, it's the final quantities of the season, free shipping and handling. They ship out about April 17th or so. And one other thing I wanted to mention was that these are, like you said, no pruning. and an extended bloom season, 3 to 4 months. That to me makes all the sense in the world. And these are perennials. They will come back year after year after year.
They're winter hardy to negative 20 degrees. So even, you know, your family's home in Minnesota, plant it right in the ground and they'll come back every single year. You're getting 2 of each of these colors. Here you can see the Veronica's Choice. It's kind of this blushing pink. The flowers are enormous, 6 inches across. Now these clematis perform far above and beyond any clematis you'll find at the garden centers because of the actual petal count on the flowers, the size of the petals, and the sheer number of flowers. These are going to be blooming from the bottom of the plant all the way to the top.
Wow.
Whereas other clematis will only bloom at the top.
You know what, I was just going to ask you, in something like this, if you wanted to put it in a pot, let's say a good sized pot, and you just put a stick in the middle, basically, and then plant all 4 around them or 2 of them. They'll just grow around that stick, and then once they get to the top, they just start going back around, filling it in, don't they?
It's a beautiful, if you have like maybe like 3 sticks, just kind of do 1, 2, 3, and let them lean into each other, maybe put some string around the top and let it climb up that. And then there's some other ways that I love to see clematis in the garden. A lot of us have our boxwoods or our arborvitaes that are just green kind of fillers. If you plant your clematis about a foot from those, let them climb up your boxwoods or your arborvitaes. Have an arborvitae with clematis flowers all summer long. It is special. It is very special.
I've never thought of that, but we have a lot of boxwoods out front. And that's what a cool way to get color.
Yes, exactly.
On the boxwoods.
We need the boxwoods and the arborvitaes because they kind of have they fill in a lot of space. Or also imagine a rose bush, a hydrangea bush that produces the roses and the clematis at the same time. Let them climb your rose bush, your hydrangea bush, and you get these gorgeous, colorful, huge clematis flowers year after year.
This is amazing. Lots of people are dialing in. And let me just remind you, what happens is these will ship out around April 17th. Like Devin said, this is good really in any part of the country, down to -20, below 0, so temperature-wise. But the fact is, you're getting 4 of these for a price tag of $32, $34. Think about how expensive most clematis plants are.
They are so expensive.
And guess what? You're only going to get flowers at the top. They're finicky. You're going to have to prune them. And then they would be these little flowers. We're talking literally about $8 a plant, and you're getting all these flowers, no pruning, no finicky design.
You know what you're getting when you shop with Roberta's.
2 purple, 2 pink.
You go to the garden centers, you don't know what you're getting. The people there, you know,
they're not sure what you're getting.
They're not sure either. You know, I have 2 plants. You're getting 4 plants. We planted these 2 in this pot, and this is after the first season of growth of 2 plants.
Amazing.
So you can imagine what 4 plants can cover. If you really want to cover all your white fences in your yard, get a couple collections and really beautify your yard with some of the best performing clematis in the world.
Now, by the way, Devin's going to stick around with me, and a little bit later, we're going to talk about the begonias. And these begonias, talk about big. These begonias are big and beautiful, not like your typical little begonias. Like we say, we're going from a quarter to a softball. That's where we're going, from the size of a quarter to the size of a softball.
I love it.
And absolutely beautiful. But here's the other thing I want you to see, and that is ground cover that is covered in color.
This is our